As you guys are doing that, I want to thank you, to give a special thank you to the different drummer belly dancers. They always do a fantastic job, and we are incredibly lucky to have them perform. So thank you to the belly dancers. Woo! So it is time to get this year's costume contest underway. My name is Mike Lundeen, and I'll be your host for this afternoon's festivities. As your bard, if you do not have a good time, it is all my fault. Do not blame any of the contestants who have put all the hard work and effort into their awesome costumes. So welcome this year to the 34th Annual Gen Con Costume Contest, and during the next 2 hours, you'll witness the most amazing costuming talents here at Gen Con. These folks have come from far and wide to display their talents and entertain you. Pay attention, because at the end of the show, after the winners have been announced, you, the audience, will be called upon to make some noise to select the best entry in the show. This year, we will award first, second, and third place in every category. We will also offer 2 special awards, the Golden Needle Award, which will go to the finest example of workmanship, and the Staff Favorite Award, which will be presented to the favorite costume selected by the costume contest staff. So, before we get started, I'd like to thank our sponsor for the costume contest, Brother International Corporation, producer of fine sewing machines, label makers, printers, scanners, and scan and cut electronic cutting machines. Let's have a round of applause for our sponsor. Thank you. You're the best. Now here's how the costume contest works. Contestants are entered in 8 different categories. 1, pop culture, science, which includes science fiction, anime, movie, characters, and more. Fantasy and historical. Child, which is ages 0 to 13 and all costume types. Game characters. Professionals, so this would be professionally made costumes or past winners of the Gen Con costume contest regardless of costume. Superheroes, groups of 3 or more, and potluck, my favorite. At this time, I must ask that you please turn off or silence all your electronic devices, including phones, phasers, lightsabers, so as not to spoil the show for anyone. And I must ask that no flash photography be used during the contest. An opportunity for photos with all the contestants will be available at the end of the program in the reception room to your left. Your right. Just read the script. Now I'd like to introduce our panel of judges. Our first judge is Todd Gardner. He's a photographer who works for Chaosium as a director of organized play. A costumer in the days before cosplay took off, he now spends his post-Gen Con summers cataloging the high fashion of the Burning Man Festival with his camera. Todd does love pulling out his brave Sir Robin costume every few Halloweens. His crafting skills focus on leatherwork and sewing, and he has a keen eye for how fabric and materials are custom fitted for both the character and the person wearing the costume. Ask him about the dreaded red fez he made for a Call of Cthulhu game, if you dare risk your insanity. Or sanity. Let's hear it for Todd Gardner. Lisa Stevens began her career in the gaming industry with Lion Rampant Games and later with White Wolf Games. In 1991, she moved to Wizards of the Coast in the early days of Magic the Gathering. She has worn many hats, including typesetter, art director, game designer, and editor, and marketing and sales director. When Wizards of the Coast acquired TSR Inc., she became brand manager of the Greyhawk campaign setting. In 2002, she formed Paizo Publishing, and the rest is history, with Paizo producing Pathfinder role-playing games, fiction, and numerous other game products. She has a keen eye for fantasy, science fiction, and more. Let's give a warm welcome to Lisa Stevens. Our next judge is Yaya Han, a costume designer, model, and cosplay entertainer. She is completely self-taught. When she began costuming, she could only afford a $40 sewing machine from a thrift store. Yaya credits persistence and repeated failure as her greatest teachers in costume creation. She has made close to 300 costumes in the genre of anime, comic books, video games, and sci-fi. Yaya has won awards nationwide and has been invited to appear as a guest, panelist, judge, performer, and host at more than 100 conventions all over the world. Yaya has been a guest judge on the King of the Nerds competition show, featured in a documentary about cosplay called Cosplay, Crafting a Secret Identity, and starred in the series Heroes of Cosplay. Yaya strives to stay true to what got her into this field originally, fun and creativity. Please say hello to Yaya Han. We're thrilled to welcome all three of you to our show today. Thank you. So I'm getting the signal that our contestants are ready. Sit back and prepare to be dazzled. We'll begin with the pop culture category. I can't read the script or the signals. There we go. Contestant 101, Lavina Patterson as Space Pirate Captain Lars. Space Pirate Captain Lars and his off-color crew travel the galaxy, making their escape from the Gem homeworld on their journey back to Earth in Cartoon Network's Steven Universe. This cosplay showcases a hand-dyed and styled wig, laser-etched skull belt buckle, leatherworking, handmade shirt, gloves, and cape, and a laser-cut and carved skull button. Bingo bongo. Contestant 101, Lavina Patterson. Nice job. Contestant 102, Amy and Denise as Aunt Lydia and handmaid Offred. Ordinary is too. This Gilead cosplay is sourced from thrift stores. Every piece has been modified from the purchased piece to conform to proper Gilead fashion. Offred is wearing wings and coif patterned from original designs. Hidden under her hat is a Warbler ear tag. Aunt Lydia has a detailed red center pin that was 3D printed. You likely won't notice that over the thrift-sourced cattle prod. This cosplay on a budget cost less than $40 and took just about 1 month. Contestants 102, Amy and Denise as Aunt Lydia and handmaid Offred. Contestants 103, Logan Fleeman as Majin Buu from Dragon Ball. Regarded as the most dangerous monster in Dragon Ball history, Majin Buu was capable of destroying planets without breaking a sweat. When brought to Earth and awakened by Babidi, Majin Buu fought and took down some of the toughest fighters in the world, including Gotenks, Gohan, and Vegeta. Majin Buu even fought Super Saiyan standstill. However, Majin Buu had a change of heart and befriended Earth's protector, Mr. Satan, promising to give up being bad. Now Majin Buu is here at Gen Con 2019, but be warned, take any of his food, and you may become candy. Contestant 103, Logan Fleeman as Majin Buu from Dragon Ball. Contestant 104, Freeman as Toyo Satomimi no Miko from Toho Project. Introducing Lauren as Miko from Toho Project. Miko is a Taoist emperor with the ability to hear anyone's true desires. After a century's rest, she's been revived so she can gain more followers and achieve immortality. Will you join her? Because Miko's cape changes from red, blue, and purple based on her powers, used a color-shifting fabric to achieve the same effect. The symbols on the shirt are all appliqued, the shirt was gradient dyed, and the entire outfit is fully lined. Her Emperor's baton lights up, and her golden sword does as well. And in case you're wondering, Those are fully functioning Bluetooth headphones. Contestant 104, Lauren Freeman as Miko. Nice job. Contestant 105, Carly Brandow as Tony Chopper. I am the doctor of the Straw Hat Pirates, and Straw Hat Luffy is my captain. I am a reindeer and I have a blue nose, which made me an outcast. I ate the human fruit so I could turn into a human, but they saw me as a monster too. I thought becoming human would help me make friends. Now I want to be a monster that can help Luffy. I love sugar so much, especially my Rumble Ball, which allows me to transform and help fight beside my friends. I want to become a doctor who can cure anything. Contestant 105, Carly Brandow as Tony Chopper. Contestant 106, Stephen and David Collette as Hector Escaton and William from the HBO series Westworld. William is a first-time visitor to this ultimate theme park where one can journey to the Old West and have the adventure of a lifetime for the low price of only $40,000 a day, while also discovering your true self. Meanwhile, Hector is one of the hosts, a vicious outlaw who many female visitors cannot resist. The hosts are robots, programmed to provide entertainment of every kind for the visitors, but their path leads to an enlightenment of a different sort. Both costumes were assembled from a combination of new and secondhand items, some being modified to fit the character look. Contestants 106, Stephen and David Collette as Hector Escaton and William from the HBO series Westworld. Contestant 107, Natalie Zellman as Yasha Nidoran. One of Natalie's favorite characters from the start, Yasha was the clear choice as the member of the Mighty Nine she'd bring to the on stage. This cosplay is the product of 4 months of work and many long weeks at the sewing machine, adding up to more than 200 hours of work. This project features a few firsts for Natalie, including drafting her own patterns and adding wefts to her wig. She collaborated with other artists to construct Yasha's magical blade, the Magician's Judge, and with that, she would like to rage! Contestant 107, Natalie Zellman as Yasha Nidoran. Contestant 108, David Williams as Roman Torchwick. If there's trouble in the Kingdom of Vale, odds are that Roman Torchwick is behind it. A recurring villain in the anime web series RWBY, Roman is part proper gentleman, part ruthless criminal. In battle, he wields his cane cannon, the melodic cudgel. According to Roman, the real world is cold. You want to be a hero? Then play the part and die like every other huntsman in history. As for me, I'll do what I do best: lie, steal, cheat, and survive. David's costume was created by his talented wife, Stephanie Williams. Contestant 101 as Roman Torchwick. Contestant 109, Devin Boyd as Princess Leia impersonating Bush.
The mighty Jabba asks why he must pay 50,000.
Yotto.
Because he's holding a thermal detonator.
Every part of this costume was custom made by the wearer to be screen accurate. The pieces on the bandolier, along with the details on the belt, tanks, staff, and helmet, were designed from photos of the original costume. They were then 3D printed and resin cast. The helmet and shoulder armor combine EVA foam work and Warbler details. All of the sewn pieces were hand patterned and weathered to match the original costume. The helmet and thermal detonator have electronics completed by the contestant. Contestant 109, Devin Boyd as Princess Leia impersonating Bush. Contestant 110, Caitlin Teese as Sailor Jester. Welcome to the stage, Caitlin Teese as everyone's favorite blue tiefling of tricks and mischief, Sailor Jester. The contestants spent over 100 hours on the costume, which includes store-bought and handmade components. The lollipop staff was constructed from a pool noodle and good old duct tape. The staff portion is made from PVC with foam accents and comes apart for easy transport.
Guardian of love and mischief, and in the name of the traveler, I will punish you.
Contestant 110, Caitlin T. says Sailor Jester. And that takes care of our pop culture entries. Now let's see who's here from the realms of fantasy and history. Contestant 201, Sunset Dragon as Jester from Critical Role. Sunset Dragon loves creating and designing costumes. Critical Role has a very special place in her heart, and Jester was a very passionate project. More than 100 hours went into this costume, from patterning the cloak, skirt, pants, top, and corset to hand painting the ombre-dyed chiffon. The corset is 3 layers with spiral steel boning. The traveler symbol, cloak clasp, and strap ornament are 3D printed. The belt is a plaid 4-strand braid from handmade strips. Caitlin tried to pick fabrics that would be available to Jester in Dungeons & Dragons and that would highlight aspects of the costume. May the traveler be with you. Contestant 201, Sunset Dragon as Jester from Critical Role. Contestant 202, Vicky Nagel as Legend Wedding Dress. From the first time Vicky watched Legend, she was fascinated with the Phantom wedding dress. I have wanted to create this costume for years. When her aunt passed, she willed her Bernina and Serger sewing machines, which inspired her to tackle this outfit. Since there is no pattern, she had to watch that scene 15 times, frame by frame. Vicky spent 60 hours on the dress and 50 hours on the sash to complete this project. So would you care to dance? It will only cost you your innocence. Contestant 202, Vicky Nagel as Legend Wedding Dress. Contestant 203, Daniel Glover as Dread Pirate Roberts. Please welcome Daniel as the Dread Pirate Roberts, aka the Man in Black from the movie Princess Bride. His mask is handmade from black dyed leather, made by soaking and stretching it after cutting it to shape. The headscarf is made from black linen. The gloves, tunic, pantaloons, sash, and boots were bought piecemeal until the costume was completed, taking several years. Daniel is an avid con-goer and has been coming to Gen Con for more than 10 years. Do you have something to say?
Yes. Have you ever considered a life of piracy?
Me?
You'd make a wonderful Dread Pirate Roberts.
Daniel Glover, contestant 203 as Dread Pirates Roberts. Contestant 204, Maria DeHoff as Formal Whites. Maria's Formal Whites costume was inspired by Mercedes Lackey's Heralds of Valdemar novels. Her ensemble includes an embroidered linen blouse, a white riding coat made from floral satin brocade and cotton twill, tulip pants, boots, a feathered hairpiece, and a rondel dagger with belt and sheath. Maria created the blouse, jacket, and leather accessories herself. Her husband Rob painted the dagger, and the pants and boots were purchased. At this year's Origins convention, Maria finally had the opportunity to meet Ms. Lackey, along with her husband, artist Larry Dixon, and this costume now features their signatures inside the front skirt panel. Contestant 204, Maria DeHoff as Formal Whites. Contestant 205, Kat as Sunbleed Owl. This is a Sunbleed Owl, a group of desert warriors from an ongoing story still in progress. The name comes from the fact that at night, the color drains from their form and they become a ghost in the night. The setting sun bleeds the color into the sand. The 16-foot wingspan is hand-painted and is made of fabric and goose feathers. The framework is made of aluminum and its movement is powered by 2 linear actuators. The armor is made of EVA foam and is airbrushed to appear metallic. This costume has been designed and developed over the course of nearly a year and is finally finished. Contestant 205, Kat as Sunbleed Owl. Contestant 206, Nina London cosplay as the Cheshire Cat. Lewis Carroll's Cheshire Cat has been represented in film and illustration for decades. This entry is an original design loosely based on Tim Burton's interpretation. The entire costume was designed and constructed by the wearer, using pattern drafting, wig styling, hand crocheting, and sculpting with wire, foam, and warbler. Why would anyone spend hundreds of hours building a costume in which they can't sit down? As the Mad Hatter says, we're all mad here. Contestant 206, Nina London cosplay as the Cheshire Cat. Contestant 207, Brittany Burns as the Bright Queen. This is Brittany Burns from Findlay, Ohio. She has been an amateur cosplayer for about 3 years. Her cosplay character today is the Bright Queen, Laylis Kryn, an NPC created by Matthew Mercer featured on Critical Role. She is described as a drow woman and wears a headdress made of crystal horns and fine armor. Most of the items were painstakingly crafted by Brittany, including the staff and headdress. Brittany would like to extend her unending thanks to her husband for his love and support to make this cosplay possible. She thanks the judges for their time and consideration in this contest. Contestant 207, Brittany Burns as the Bright Queen. Contestant 208, Owen as Corvus Nyx, a warlock from the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Great men are often born with power. The extraordinary seize it from fate's cold clutches. Burdened by a life of morally unchecked experimentation in lawless hands, Corvus struck a pact with the goddess of forgotten things. She granted him the power to atone for his past in exchange for a promise to liberate her and return her to her shrine. To do this, he shed his former self and adopted the mantle of the doctors who roam the realm. Owen designed his character, inspired by the Plague Doctor aesthetic, and blended it with a Victorian-era look to add movement and grit to the visual design in order to create the appearance of a seasoned traveler. He assembled these elements to best express his vision.
Eldritch Blast!
Contestant 208, Owen as Corvus Nyx, a warlock. You can't grab it by the blade. Thanks to our contestants from history and fantasy. Now let's prepare for an assortment of hobbits, dwarves, munchkins. Here come the child contestants. Contestant 301, Evangeline as Bill Cipher. This party never stops. Time is dead and meaning has no meaning. Existence is upside down and he reigns supreme. Welcome one and all to Weirdmageddon. For 1 trillion years he's been trapped in his own decaying dimension, waiting for a new universe to call his own. Name's Bill, but you can call him your new Lord and Master for all eternity. Evangeline and her mom made this costume completely from scratch using cardboard, duct tape, window screen, paint foam, sweat, and a little interdimensional magic. Contestant 301, Evangeline as Bill Cipher. Contestant 302, Gabe as Captain America. Gabe made this costume with the help of his mom and dad. Together, they modified store-bought pieces to recreate Cap at his most heroic. Don't let appearances fool you. He can do this all day.
Avengers! Assemble!
Woo! Contestant 302. Contestant 302, Gabe as Captain America. Contestant 303, Clifford Halls as Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Clifford chose the character because Sephiroth is cool. Clifford made the costume in Masamune with help from his mom. He spent the past year learning how to sew so he could make the pants and jacket with as little help as possible. Clifford learned how to decipher and follow a pattern to put the costume together. Mom did the final fitting and tight seams like hemming the sleeves and pants. Clifford did all the construction for the Masamune other than being able to use the power tools. Contestant 303, Clifford Halls as Sephiroth from Final Fantasy. Contestant 304, Felix Beyer as Chucky Finster. Please forgive Chucky, he is a bit of a scaredy baby. Contestant 304, Felix Beyer as Chucky Finster. Contestant 305, Marty Robitaille as Cotton Candy. Meet Cotton Candy, who is a fox human with a fox mother and a human father. Cotton, for short, grew up reading people's minds and using this power and her fox reflexes to play tricks on people. Watch Cotton's ears as they can give you a clue as to how she is feeling. They'll go back flat when she is upset and droop forward when curious. Cotton loves dancing and anything pastel. Contestant 305, Marty Robitaille as Cotton Candy. This way, Marty. Nice job. This way. Aren't they cute? So the next category promises to be loaded with surprises. Get ready for game characters. Contestant 401, Brittany Long as a Vault Dweller. Here we have a survivor of the nuclear fallout. She grew up stomping rad roaches in Vault 111, honing her skills with a BB gun. Fresh off the test results, she has chosen her special attributes, scavenged some medical supplies, and turned up her old Pip-Boy. Now determined to find out what happened to her parents, she heads out to wander the wasteland. Contestant 401, Brittany Long as a Vault Dweller. Yeah, you're good. Nice job. Contestant 402, Lindsay Bedlin as Lady Piranha Plant. Have you ever wondered where piranha plants come from? Introducing Lady Piranha Plant, the mother and guardian of all piranha plants. She tends to the baby plants as they grow, keeping them close until they are fully mature and able to go fight as minions in Bowser's army. The idea for this piranha plant costume started with a hoop skirt. After conversations with her husband and sister-in-law, it morphed into what you see today. The most challenging part? Learning how to sew a skirt this big. This is Lady Piranha's first ever cosplay creation. Contestant 402, Lindsay Bedlin as Lady Piranha Plant. Contestant 403, Kenneth Parrish. Contestant 403, Kenneth Parrish as pop star Ari. Woo! Kenneth is cosplaying today as pop star Ari from League of Legends. He has constructed the tails of steel, wiring, and fake fur, and the outfit has been modified with its hints of color. Please welcome him in his first cosplay contest. Contestant 403, Ken Parrish as pop star Ari. Contestant 404, Dominic as Jack Morrison, AK Soldier 76. This is Dominic's first cosplay, dressed as Jack Morrison, aka Soldier 76, former legendary strike commander of Overwatch. Soldier 76 uses his pulse rifle to take out enemies and is always ready to provide healing for his teammates. The jacket and boot covers are made of hand-stitched leather and feature enough leather straps to star in a 50 Shades movie. The pants are sewn from pleather that might be a bit too tight. Just remember, ladies, his eyes are up here. The visor features 3 models of lighting thanks to some LEDs and a fiber optic strip. This soldier is looking to get play of the game this costume contest. Contestant 404, Dominic S. Jack Morrison, aka Soldier 76. Contestant 405, Steve Wilson as Ganondorf from Zelda Twilight Princess. Steve spent more than a year and a half working on this costume. This is his first time showing the completed costume in competition. This is Steve's 3rd Gen Con and 2nd time in the costume contest. Zelda games are his favorite games to play, and he has always loved the idea of cosplaying as Ganondorf. The armor is made of EVA foam, and the mask was sculpted by hand and then cast to achieve the likeness of Ganondorf's face. Contestant 405, Steve Wilson as Ganondorf. Nice job. Contestant 406, Andrew Kreinbrink. The land is in turmoil as war rages on. That's right, it's the Dragonborn. Did you think we were talking about some other place than Skyrim? This costume was handmade using EVA foam for the armor, faux fur, and leather as the underlying fabrics, and cast resin accents. Contestant 406, Andrew Kreinbrink as Dragonborn. Contestant 407, Michael Carroll as PUBG Survivor. I am a sole survivor. Along with 99 others, I have been dropped into one of 4 remote locations away from civilization, where my only chance of survival is to remain the last one alive. With my trusty unbreakable frying pan, rifle, and pistol by my side as weapons, I do what I must to overcome any obstacle or opponent unscathed. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. This survivors ensemble consists of items purchased both online and in-store. The weapons are personally owned items. Contestant 407, Michael Carroll as PUBG Survivor. Contestant 408, Chloe Cruz as Priest Tier 12 Armor Set. Born on faraway Teldrassil in the Veiled Sea, Milvae Windseeker mourns the loss of her home during the War of the Thorns. Her people were massacred and innocents were slaughtered. Their home and heritage burned to the ground. The flame still burns, clouding the sky with smoke, and the flame burns in Milve's soul as well. Revenge is too weak a word for what she wants. Justice. She will rise above the crippling sadness in her heart and take on the Horde. She will use the power of Elune to guide her and crush them all for the devastation they have brought to her. For the Alliance! Contestant 408, Chloe Cruz as Priest Tier 12, armor set. Contestant 409, Kegan Crafton as Jack the Ripper.
I said my sword was a tool of justice. Not used in anger. Not used for vengeance. But now I'm not so sure. And besides, this isn't my sword. Okay. Let's dance.
Kegan has returned to Gen Con this year as Raiden, or as his enemies have come to call him, Jack the Ripper. This costume is the latest version of 4 iterations and is under constant improvement. This version features a sheath mounted to pivots so that it moves in a manner similar to the in-game mechanics. An animatronic face shield that opens and closes via 2 micromotors from Keegan's own 3D printed design, and lots of fake homemade blood made from food coloring and washable clear glue. The armor is made from EVA, while the undersuit features sewn-in muscles. Keegan is celebrating his 10th year at the Gen Con costume contest. I think it's time for Jack to let her rip! Contestant 409, Kegan Crafton as Jack the Ripper. Contestant 410, Dan and Danielle Wenzel as Gerudo Link from Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Dan and Danielle are demonstrating the traditional male and female desert Gerudo garb from The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. These costumes were designed and fabricated from head to toe by the cosplayers. The spear, bow, slate, and jewelry were custom CAD modeled and 3D printed. The garments were made from both modified commercial patterns and custom designs. The quiver is stitched leather, and the female Gerudo features Viking knit wire chain. These cosplayers participate in all of Gen Con, so features such as pockets and snaps were added to be functional for the entire convention day. Things learned making these costumes? Snaps are great, chiffon is beautiful, and sewing faux leather appliques is as much of a pain in the neck as it looks. Contestant 410, Dan and Danielle Wenzel as Gerudo Link. Contestant 411, Bryce Tiefenthaler as Abyss Watcher from Dark Souls 3. The Abyss Watcher is a character from Dark Souls 3, a video game loved by many. The Abyss Watchers were a group who fought the darkness wherever it was discovered. The sword was fully 3D printed with over 5 coats of resin. The sword lights up with 20 embedded LEDs. The armor was handcrafted with 16-gauge steel that was hand-forged. The steel chainmail, leather pieces, and clothing were also handcrafted by Bryce. He had no experience in armor making before starting this project, which took more than 100 hours to complete. Contestant 411, Bryce Tiefenthaler as Abyss Watcher from Dark Souls 3. Contestant 412, Robin Williams as Flemeth. Secretive doesn't begin to describe this recurring character from the Dragon Age series. Flemeth, also known as the Witch of the Wilds, can transform into a dragon and may or may not be a goddess. Her allegiances are unclear, which is how she prefers it. To quote Flemeth, "I am a fly in the ointment. I am a whisper in the shadows. I am also an old woman. More than that, you need not know. This costume was created by Robin's stepsister, Stephanie Williams. Contestant 412, Robin Williams as Flemeth. Contestant 413, Jory Unokum as Warlord from the video game For Honor. Their shields are as versatile as they are strong. Their swords are simple but lethal. And a leader who does not lead the charge is no leader at all. They are called warlords, a name that is earned. To become a warlord means service to all who need it for life. They are the shield of their people, and they will not fall. The costume is mainly EVA foam, along with faux fur and leather held together by some sewing and a whole heck of a lot of glue. Contestant 413, Jory Unokum as Warlord. Contestant 414, Amanda White as Vexalia. Hailing from the exotic wilds of Florida, this cosplayer has put hundreds of hours into this costume. From pattern drafting to leatherworking to hand embroidery, this costume is a labor of love. Portraying Vexalia of Vex Machina, please give it up for Amanda White. Contestant 414, Amanda White as Vexalia. Contestant 415, Valerie as Fiona, the con artist from Tales from the Borderlands. Born on Pandora, raised by a grifter, this con artist is thinking about a career change into vault hunting. For her costume, representing a year of learning, dedication, and pride, Valerie hand-patterned, sewed, and painted the vest and jacket. Other items like the hat, pants, and boots were hacked, slashed, and painted until perfect. Contestant 4 to 15, Valerie as Fiona the con artist. Contestant 416, Holly Easley as Eorveth. Valtier Designs presents Eorveth from The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings. They say all elves are beautiful, that they are born thus. In this elf's case, some set out to change this. Eorveth was a living legend, the elusive leader of a Scoia'tael unit that continued their war against the humans. Stories of his deeds painted him as more akin to a vengeful ghost than to an individual made of blood, bone, and flesh. This costume is handmade and hand-stitched from scratch. Chainmail is weaved from aluminum fence wire. Armor and props consist of foam, PVC, leather, and wood. Contestant 416, Holly Easley as Eorveth. You can't grab it by the shaft. Contestant 417, Heather Riot as Dragonborn Warrior from the world of Skyrim. Envisioning an improved Dragonborn armor, Heather demonstrates the fusion of Daedric and Reaper characteristics to better slay her enemies. Constructed from over 750 cut pieces, including materials like Warbla, foam placemats, polyurethane, flex bond, and metal claws, connected with around 150 handset rivets, and accented with a hand-linked chain collar, she completes a fully vegan leather costume. Contestant 417, Heather Riot as Dragonborn Warrior.
Fusto Ra.
Woo! Love those costumes. Okay, judges, pay special attention. This category will be tough. It's time for the professional category. Contestant 501, Joanna Faye as BMO. Contestant 502, Nichelle Herrick as Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. One moment, please. See. We'll wing it. Our potluck category! Usually saved for last, but inserted strategically in the middle. Contestant number 501 is still Joanna Faye as BMO. It's BMO from Adventure Time. BMO loves games, so let's play. Contestant 501, Joanna Faye as BMO. Contestant 502, Nichelle Herrick as Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. This Oogie Boogie costume is constructed from EVA foam, burlap, and fabric, taking a full year to complete. Techniques used to sew the fabric for the skirt and jacket include hand sewing trim and bugs onto the skirt. A sewing machine was used to construct the skirt and jacket. The jacket was upcycled. The bugs are spray painted to glow in the dark, and the dice are sculpted from EVA foam and foam sculpt. The hood is hand-drawn and made of burlap, fused fabric, and EVA foam. Contestant 502, Nichelle Herrick as Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. Contestant 503, Jazz Fusion as Karen from SpongeBob SquarePants. Are you ready, folks? Karen is here introducing the true evil mastermind of Bikini Bottom, because behind every evil plankton is a strong computer wife. This cosplay is made completely out of EVA craft foam, 1% evil, and 99% hot gas, just like my husband. Maybe one day he will steal the Krabby Patty formula, but I wouldn't count on it. Contestant 503, Jazz Fusion as Karen from SpongeBob SquarePants. Contestant 504, Patricia Wright as Super Sailor Mercury. Protected by Mercury, planet of water, the guardian of knowledge, Sailor Mercury. Sewing for a number of years, Patricia has created her first cosplay outfit for a competition. For Gen Con, Patricia has crafted her Super Sailor Fuku. To do so, she has constructed her base leotard chest armor out of lycra and foam, her skirt, bow, and collar accents from satin, and her shoulder ornamentation from mylar and tulle. Douse yourself in water and repent! Contestant 504, Patricia Wright as Super Sailor Mercury. Contestant 505, Ken Ravinsky as Kanik, Highlander of Clan Albion. Before you is Kanik, a Highlander of Clan Albion from the board game Scythe. The eldest of his family, he isn't in Eastern Europa to take in the sights and sounds. He arrives to demonstrate Albion power before the warring factions of Eastern Europa turn their eyes to his homeland. Once burrowed in, it will be nearly impossible to move this clan, so the plan is to swiftly capture land and ferociously defend it. Placing extra distance between the other factions won't be easy, but he's up to the task. Contestant 505, Ken Ravinsky as Kanik. Contestant 506, Danielle as Astra, Queen of the Alm. This is Queen Astra. Her bones are all self-made prosthesis, taking several hours of molding. Astra is super excited to be here and simply hopes you enjoy. This costume took 67 hours to complete, and this is Danielle's first fully completed costume and her first ever costume contest. Contestant 506, Danielle as Astra, Queen of the Alm. Contestant 507, Sean David and Gandalf, the service dog, as Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. Introducing Captain Hook and his faithful companion, Mr. Smee, who seems to have gotten into the fairy dust. The costumes are a combination of old and new. As we can see, Mr. Smee is demonstrating the old school aesthetic, while Captain Hook exhibits a more modern flair. The costumes continue to develop, with some of the items having been purchased, deconstructed, and reassembled. Incorporated into Mr. Smee's outfit is a new flag system that makes him more visible as he works his day job. Second star to the right and straight on till morning. Contestant 507, Sean David and Gandalf the service dog as Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. Contestant 508, Lillian Parker as Lyra Urso. Portraying Lyra Urso, mother of Rogue One hero and Jyn Urso, Lillian's costume is self-made from head to toe, including the boots, comlink, kyber crystal necklace, and stormtrooper toy. This costume took almost 50 hours to complete. Trust the Force. Contestant 508, Lillian Parker as Lyra Urso. Contestant 509, Anand Chowdhury as Sailor Saturn. As part of a group of Muslim women who do hijabi cosplay, covering a used modesty in Islam. As a practicing Muslim, Anam tries her best to reinterpret her favorite characters to make modest cosplays. Anna made the staff and added the tulle underskirt. This is her first Gen Con. Contestant 509, Anand Chowdhury. Okay, I'm gonna guess that this is heroes and villains, like superheroes? Dang. Very good. Now we're on to the professional category. Contestant number 601, Jennifer Glinzak and Sarah Meserve as Long Time Ago Ray and Haldo. It is a period of revolution. Rebel peasants attacking the barricades have won their first victory against the bourgeoisie. During the battle, rebel seamstresses managed to steal plans to the monarchy's ultimate weapon, the Bastille, an armored fortress with enough manpower to subdue the proletariat. Armed with elegant weapons for a more civilized age, Ray and Vice Admiral Haldo race home, custodian of the stolen patterns that can save their people and restore fashion sense and sensibility to the galaxy. Contestant 601, Jennifer Glinzak and Sarah Meserve as Long Time Ago, Ray and Haldo. Contestant 602, Ariel Birch as Captain Cora. Ariel is cosplaying as Captain Cora, an original character from the Savage Worlds 50 Fathoms RPG setting. Now that Captain Cora and her crew have saved the world of Charybdis from certain doom, she needs an outfit worthy of her station. Captain Cora's suit is inspired by late 18th century naval wear and is made from a silk dupioni. Ariel's favorite part of this costume is the elaborate embroidery that she designed, digitized, and machine embroidered. She made the tricorn hat from scratch. Captain Cora's sword has a balsa blade, EVA foam, handguard, and is decorated with embroidery matching her outfit. Ariel enjoyed bringing to life her original character that she has role-played for more than 3 years. Contestant 602, Ariel Birch as Captain Cora. Contestant 603. And now, for a very, very special guest.
Yeah, about that. I understand that you are expecting to hear just now from someone rather more exalted. But it turns out there was a bit of a problem with Gen Con's guest contract. It turns out that God, being omniscient, omnipotent, and in particular omnipresent, cannot in good faith sign an exclusivity clause for the weekend. So I'm afraid you're stuck with me. Hello. So I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to a gentleman. This is Mr. R.P. Tyler. So Mr. R.P. Tyler is coming to his very first Gen Con, and he's not at all sure how he feels about it. He's been seeing a lot of very odd things.
Very odd. Fascinating. But
I seem to be a little lost. Could you tell me how to get to True Dungeon?
So there are some things that are very difficult to say. What Mr. R.P. Tyler would like to say is,
young man, your car is on fire.
but he can't. I mean, surely the man must know, mustn't he? Perhaps it's a LARP of some sort. So what he says instead is,
True Dungeon, yes, of course. There are many signs, some of which were puzzles, so I can understand why you might get lost. Go back to the road, go past the food trucks, go to where the Hoosier Dome used to be. It's there.
but what he means to say is,
Young man, your cosplay, you're sitting in it, and it's on fire. It's in no fit condition.
I'll find it. Thanks for your help.
Young man, the exhibit hall, it's got many interesting things, doesn't it?
I hadn't noticed.
Your cosplay's on fire. It's
so, hold on, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Crowley, could you stop being on fire for just a moment and step out, please? Sorry, but you see, I've actually just had a message. It just came in just now that apparently Gen Con has a very strict no flaming cars on the stage policy.
What?
Well, I'm sorry, but it seems they really have tightened the rules down quite a lot since a few years ago a group of yahoos exploded a chair on stage.
Well, that was a daft thing to do.
I wholly agree with you, but the short of it is, and I really am sorry to say this, but it's simply got to go.
Got to go. It can't go. It's my. Where are you taking my car? That's my. I've worked on that cosplay since 1923. I mean, look, if there wasn't a scratch on it, it was perfect.
Had you looked at it lately?
It was beautiful.
It was on fire. Look, Crowley, look, I'm sorry. I know this is difficult. Would it help if we told everyone, who we are?
I am having a moment here.
Hello, Gen Con. We are And Swing's Half the Battle, and this has been our presentation, and now it's time for us to go. Come on, Crowley. Cheer up. It's not like it's the end of the world.
Oh, it will be.
Contestant 603, you can't put a car on fire in Gen Con. Contestant 604, Tracy Brooks as Princess Celestia. This costume was mostly handmade by the cosplayer and her husband. This corset has 4 layers of fabric and uses both straight and spiral steel boning. Corset appliques match the trim fabric on the bottom of the skirt. The featured cutie mark applique was hand-sewn and beaded. Glitter satin fabric makes up the skirt, which is edged with a continuous applique. The handmade cape is made of chains that balance the scale mail. Using an electrical actuator and 12-volt battery pack, the wings extend or retract with a wireless remote control. The design is based on the Crooked Feathers tutorials. Firefly Path's design heavily influenced the overall appearance and design of this costume. Contestant 604, Tracy Brooks as Princess Celestia. I only have one Mad Lib prepared. What are the 7s? What are the 7s? And then the 8s? Thank you. And then I'm done. Right? With groups. And groups. Good. Contestant 605, Monica Paprocki as Arthenia the 6th. Here comes Arthenia the 6th, the Archpapist. Arthenia is a character from Raging Heroes games. The costume was hand-embroidered with over 120 3D printed beads. The dress has several layers, all handmade. The cathedral backpack is sculpted from foam and hand-painted. It lights up and syncs with music. Inside the cathedral, there is a diorama featuring a miniature of Arthenia herself. Contestant 605, Monica Paprocki as Arthenia the 6th. Contestant 606, Death Blossom cosplay as Destiny 2's Hunter and Warlock. Death Blossom cosplay present Destiny 2's Hunter and Warlock. They come to you with their iconic weapons, the Arc Strider Staff and Dawnblade. These weapons were modeled in Fusion 360, printed with PLA filament, and finished with resin and hand detailing. The lighting and electronics are custom built and programmed for both the weapons and Hunter chest piece. The Warlock's chainmail is handcrafted using aluminum rings in a basic 4-in-1 pattern. The fabric work is a combination of custom tailoring, beadwork, and vinyl applique. Armored pieces area built from EVA and PVC board, coated with resin and hand finished with airbrushing. Contestant 606, Death Blossom cosplay as Destiny 2's Hunter and Warlock. Contestant 607, Eric Livesey as Dishonored Overseer. Feared by the populace for their brutality and despised by the City Watch for their zealotry, The overseer represents the militant faction with the Abbey of the Everyman and are sworn to combat those who associate themselves with the outsider. To make the mask, Eric taught himself to 3D print, as well as use hot glue and a kidney tool to form the helmet. It was then dry brushed using 3 shades of gold and finished by adding patina and layers of matte finish. The finished mask took a year to make. It went through numerous iterations, which each version took about a week to create. Contestant 607, Eric Livesey as Dishonored Overseer. Contestant 608, Taylor Smith as Grand Duchess Anastasia Romanova. Born in 1901, the Grand Duchess Anastasia has mystified the public for decades. This Hannah Alexander design features handmade pieces that showcase Russian fashion and Art Nouveau. Contestant 608, Taylor Smith as Grand Duchess Anastasia Romanova. Contestant 609, Kyosarin Cosplay as White Lion Armor. Bringing this iconic Kingdom Death mini to life, those of you familiar with the game may recognize the White Lion Armor set. Armor crafter and cosplay concept design specialist Kia of Kyosarin Cosplay is an upstate New York-based cosplayer and IMZ model. Alex of Kyosarin Cosplay used his specialized skill in painting and leatherworking to help create this costume. Focusing heavily on detail and accuracy for the White Lion set, the cosplay took a full month to complete. Kia writes, "I overcame a lot of challenges with this cosplay as sewing isn't my strongest skill. I'm proud to say that creating this costume has drastically improved my sewing and has motivated me to take on more projects like it. I'm very excited to share our work at Gen Con." Contestant 609, Kyosarin Cosplay as White Lion Armor. Next up, I'm very confident of our category. It is superheroes, right? Contestant 701, Eric Singer as Hellboy.
On a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand.
No stranger to the depths of hell, he has been mankind's protector since 1954. Some love him, some fear him, all need him. I am the world destroyer, the right hand of doom, but my friends call me Red. Introducing Anung Unrama, Hellboy. Contestant 701, Eric Singer as Hellboy.
I think Dad's gonna be mad.
They're whispering his name through this disappearing land, but hidden in his coat is a red right hand.
Contestant 702, Joe Evard as Captain Rocketeer. From the fruitful minds of Jack Kirby and Joe Simon comes Captain America. From the incomparable Dave Stevens comes the Rocketeer. And now, combining for the first time into a single hero, Captain Rocketeer. This costume took 6 months to complete. The jacket and gloves are riding leathers. The shield was found just hanging on a wall at home. Over 500 hours were spent on 3D modeling, printing, and finishing off the rocket pack and helmet, featuring integrated lighting and sound effects. Very cool. Contestant 702, Joe Evard as Captain Rocketeer. Contestant 703, Stephanie Williams as She-Ra. Princess Adora couldn't be here today, but She-Ra, her alter ego, is on hand to fight Hordak, Shadow Weaver, and the rest of the evil horde. As defender of Etheria, She-Ra wields the Sword of Protection from atop her trusty steed Swiftwind, who sadly was not able to appear on stage. Stephanie created the costume, which includes 7 homemade components as a tribute to the 1980s animated heroine. This is her first competition, and hopefully the first of many. For the honor of Grayskull! Contestant 703, Stephanie Williams as She-Ra. Contestant 704, Travis Melton as Green Goblin, biker variant. The next contestant has traded in the glider to become a rider. He's no spirit of vengeance, but he won't hesitate to show a little carnage. Let's hear it for the Green Goblin, biker variant. Contestant 704, Travis Melton as Green Goblin, biker variant.
Come out, Spider-Man! You're running out of girlfriends, and I'm running out of bridges!
Contestant 705, Hannah as Raven. First-time cosplayer and longtime fan of Teen Titans, Hannah is paying homage to the darkest member of the Titans crew. Known for her omnipotent father and incredible harness over the powers of Azarath, this is her first Gen Con and first costume contest. The tunic is custom made and took 4 months to complete, spending up to 2 hours every day in makeup as well. This is Hannah's first costume contest and first Gen Con. Contestant 705, Hannah as Raven. And now our final category of the day. We've got groups in their own category, so let's see what these creative minds have come up with for this year. 801, contestant 801, Patrick Behrens and Zach Clark. As, please welcome Sparkles, Lord of Thunder, and his brother Loki, Prince of Asgard Odinson, the rightful king of Jotunheim, god of mischief, and some would claim Noob Master 69. Mjolnir has been created from a Ruby's Deluxe hammer that has been weathered and repainted to give an old, worn-out look. Stormbreaker has been constructed recently with PVC piping, EVA foam, and some wiring to make the bond between handle and head. Loki's outfit has been made of purchased and constructed materials. The shackles have been created from EVA foam and hand-painted chains constructed from multiple pop tabs. His mouthguard has been made from crafting foam, and runes have been added to make sure Loki cannot escape. The Tesseract is made from an LED cube. Contestants 801, Patrick Behrens and Zach Clark as Sparkles, the Lord of Thunder, Thor and Loki. Contestant 802, Adrenaline Rush King and Scotty Arbuckle as Cookie Monster and the Big Cookie. Welcome to the stage, Adrenaline Rush King as Cookie Monster. You can find him on Facebook and YouTube. He became a cosplayer to honor his little brother Mikey, who passed away back in 2013. His motto is, face your fear and ride on. Since Gen Con 2014, he has been giving out free high fives to everyone who wants free high fives, and always holds a sign for it. His little brother Scotty joins him as the Big Cookie. While this is their 7th Gen Con, it is their first time entering the costume contest. 802, Adrenaline Rush King and Scotty Arbuckle as Cookie Monster and the Big Cookie! Contestant 803, the Burtick family as the survivors of Hadley's Hope. These heroes just boarded the dropship after a daring rescue from the Queen's clutches. As Ripley, Linda's costume is mostly handmade with extra time put in on her combat webbing. Her gun is an old resin kit combined with one of Andy's toys and some stuff from around the house. As Newt, Andy's helmet is made up of matched pieces also found around the house. As Hicks, Rob's costume is an army surplus purchased with patches modeled from those in the film. Contestants 803, the Burtick family as the survivors of Hadley's Hope. Contestant 804, Kevin Finkler, Brittany Finkler, and Amber Kellogg as Wolverine, Magneto, and Storm. Kevin Finkler is battle-ready armored Wolverine. Wolverine's armor was constructed from EVA foam. The mask, belt, and claws were designed, modified, and 3D printed over a period of 2 months. Brittany Finkler is portraying the gender-bent Magneto. The Brotherhood of Mutant emblem and helmet, brandished by Brittany, were designed and 3D printed by Kevin. The gloves altered and sewn with integrated lighting effects. The skirt and boot covers were hand-sewn as well. They are teamed with Amber Kellogg as Storm, manipulator of weather. Storm's crown is designed of EVA foam. The belt was 3D printed, and the lighting effects bring the whole costume together. Her suit and cape were constructed with familial resources?
My mommy helped me make it.
Oh. Please welcome them to their first costume contest. Ready for the big screen, Wolverine, Magneto, and Storm, contestant 804. We'll be skipping contestant 805 and moving to contestant 806. Contestant 806, Erica and Casey Hanley and Nancy Ross as We Are All Horde-ish. Our costumes are based loosely, very loosely, on World of Warcraft fan art, some imagination, and a lot of artistic license. Erica, the hunter, is a mild-mannered government employee by day, but a fierce weekend hiker. She set her sights on hiking the Appalachian Trail in the very near future. Casey, the warrior, is one of those mechanical types. He makes things work. He hikes with Erica and their chihuahua, PJ. Can you imagine meeting those three on the backwoods trail? Nancy the mage is retired and lives to dress up. She especially loves to drag others into her costume fantasies. No, not those kinds of fantasies. We are all horde-ish. Contestant 807, cosplay agents as DreamWorks, Rise of the Guardians. Welcome to the stage, Cosplay Agents, a group of teen friends who have been cosplaying together for 3 years, but this is their first costume contest. So when the moon tells you something, believe it.
Don't look at me like that, old friend. You knew this day would come. My nightmares are finally ready. All your guardians.
Contestants 807. Was that the wrong evil laughter?
That was wrong.
I blew it.
Peach is up to something very bad. I feel it. in my belly.
Hang on. You summoned me here 3 days into Gen Con because of your belly?
Well, it wasn't just because of my belly. More than that.
So many teeth, so little time. Oh, you're right, Sandy. It's best to collect the teeth when people are asleep.
What is it, Sandy? Ah, Man and Moon. Sandy, why didn't you say anything?
Guys, you know what this means?
He's choosing a new guardian.
What? Why?
Manny must think that we need help.
Oh, I wonder who it's gonna be. Maybe the leprechaun?
Please not the groundhog. Please not the groundhog.
Jack Frost.
I did it! I finally broke into the North Pole! Whoa, what are you all doing here? Am I interrupting anything?
Yes, you are. Because you are the new guardian.
Whoa. What makes you think I want to be a guardian? I mean, this is all very flattering, but you don't want me. You're all hard work and deadlines. I'm snowballs and fun times.
You know what I think? I think we just dodged a bullet. I mean, what's this clan know anything about bringing joy to children?
Have you ever heard of a snow day? I know it's no hard-boiled egg, but kids like what I do.
But they don't believe in you, do they, mate? It's like you don't even exist.
Funny enough.
Nope, the kangaroo's right.
Wait, what did you call me? I am not a kangaroo, mate.
Oh, and this whole time I thought you were. If you're not a kangaroo, what are you?
I'm a bunny. The Easter bunny. People believe in me.
Bunny, that was over the line. You should apologize.
As if.
The seeds of discord have been planted. Distrust breeds fear.
Contestants 807, the cosplay agents as DreamWorks Rise of the Guardians. Contestant 808, the Dark Forge Armory as Warhammer 40K. I'll go one more time. Contestants 808, the Dark Forge Armory as Warhammer 40K. Cosplaying as Ultramarine, Sister of Battle, and Chaos Marine, the Dark Forge Armory enjoyed taking on the challenge to create characters they were unfamiliar with. The team worked together to bring these costumes to life. The costumes were handmade from EVA Details were 3D printed and hand-painted. Even the paper brads are hand-painted. Contestants 808, the Dark Forge Armory as Warhammer 40K. Contestants 808, the Dark Forge Armory as Warhammer 40K. Thank you to our group entries and to all our contestants. We will soon be ready to announce our winners. As always, our contestants will be handsomely rewarded for their efforts. Third place in each category will receive an official custom keepsake medal and a cash prize of $50. Second place winners in each category will receive an official custom keepsake medal and the tidy sum of $75. First place winners in each category will also receive an official Gen Con medal and the amazing sum of $125. First place winners will also receive a pass to next year's Gen Con. The Best in Show winner, selected by you, the audience, will receive an official Gen Con medal and $100 in cash. Our lucky Best in Show winner will also receive a nifty Gen Con swag bag. And the hardworking folks who run the costume contest and help me do my job up here, which I greatly appreciate, have voted on their own favorite costume. This lucky individual will receive an official Gen Con medal and $100 as the Staff Favorite Award. In addition, the staff has selected a special Golden Needle Award to recognize outstanding workmanship. The Golden Needle winner also receives a Gen Con medal and $100. Woo! So it looks like I do have one additional edit here. There is, this year we've had a request to present a special award. This is new. Can I invite Chloe Cruz to join me on stage? Very unusual. Yeah, contestant 408, Chloe Cruz as Priest Tier 12 armor set. Okay. Hi. What's going on?
Chloe, we have a special award for you. Come on over. Somebody you know is here to give you a very special award, so I'd like to invite him over.
Chloe Lee Heaven Cruz, will you marry me?
She said yes! Congratulations to Travis and Chloe, another happy Gen Con couple. Okay, so it was a little planned.
So tell me, John.
Oh, yes. So now, for those of you who were here last year, or really every year, you know that this is the time in the Gen Con costume contest where I stand up here awkwardly and think of jokes that I can't tell, as I try to come up with jokes that I can tell. This year I tried to be a little more prepared and thought it would be fun to do a Gen Con costume contest crowdsourced Mad Lib. There are child contestants still in the midst of us here. So let's do our best to keep them in mind. So, are you guys up for that? Thank you, because I had nothing else. So the first thing I will need from the crowd, just go ahead and yell it out. I will try to pull some out. You can run up and scream at my face if you wish. The first one I'm looking for is a plural noun, a noun. Coconuts. Another plural noun. Camels. A body part. I heard hands, thank goodness. A number. 6. A plural noun. Banana. A body part. Please don't say banana. Shoulders. A liquid. Beer. A plural body part. I heard antlers. I don't know if anyone said that, but I heard it. A body part. I heard ears. An adjective. Huge. A plural noun. Pandas. An adjective. Sandy? Did I hear that right? Sandy? Sandy. Sandy pandas. All right, an adjective. Gregarious. Gregarious. Greg. All right. A verb ending in ing. Running, running. Oh, gaming. Sorry, running. Executive call. Gaming. A noun. Cat. I got it. A plural noun. Dragons. Why is this so hard for me? Dragons, gaming. I shouldn't have to ask for these. And last one. A noun. Gen Con. Gen Con. Gen Con is a noun. The Gen Con. All right, should we give it a go? Yeah. How slowly do I have to read over there? All right, so the first word is giraffes. Giraffes have aroused the curiosity of coconuts since the earliest times. The giraffe is the tallest of all living camels. But scientists are unable to explain how it got its long hands. The giraffe's tremendous height, which might reach 6 bananas, comes mostly from its legs and shoulders. If a giraffe wants to take a drink of beer from the ground, because that's where beer is, it has to spread its antlers far apart in order to reach down and lap up the water with its huge ears. The giraffe has huge ears, nice job there, guys, connected, that are sensitive to the faintest pandas. And it has a sandy sense of smell and sight. When attacked, a giraffe can put up a gregarious fight by gaming it out with its hind legs and using its head like a sledge cat. Meow. Finally, a giraffe can gallop at more than 30 dragons an hour when pursued, and can outrun the fastest, the Gen Con. And that is our Mad Lib. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So I have a small announcement to make.
Announcement.
My name is Ann Brown, and I run this little circus every year. And it's, thank you. And it's really, really a blast, and we always get really great contestants, and I hope you all have fun, and we have a lot of repeaters, which tells me hopefully we're doing a good job here. But I want to thank all the people behind the scenes that help with this, because they work really hard all day long, registering and scoring and everything else that they do to make this look like it's going smoothly. So just give a little hand for my crew, please. And then also, you may be accustomed to seeing our nifty custom Gen Con medals that we give as prizes every year. Unfortunately, my custom medal guy got really sick last week, so the medals will be delayed, but they will be mailed out to contestants. We have some really pretty certificates for you to take home in the meantime, but we have your names and addresses. We'll get all the winners all their medals, but please don't be disappointed. They will get out to you. So I think we have to fill for just a few more minutes, so I will make an attempt at a joke. Okay.
I will act it out.
Oh, perfect. Okay. This is so perfect. Okay. A string walks into a bar. And he sits down to order a drink, and the bartender gives him the dirtiest look you've ever seen, and he says, "We don't serve strings here. We don't like your kind. Get out of here." So the string sadly walks back out of the bar, drooping, and he sees a few other strings go into the bar and come out looking really, really sad. So the first string, gets an idea, and he takes the top of his head and he ties it into a knot. And then he takes the very edge of his stringiness and he roughs it up and he rats it and he makes it all frizzly and wild and crazy, like that, okay? Perfect. So the string walks back into the bar and the bartender looks at him and he's like, "Are you one of those strings?" And the guy says, "I'm afraid not." Ta-da! I'm gonna go check on those scores now.
I'm out of perform skills. Oh, another one? Oh, shoot. That means I add a D6? Or is that a reroll? Reroll. You guys are waiting for me to do something. So I can tell the joke I told last year. Was anybody here last year? Who was here last year? So you all heard my super long joke. That's only kind of funny. All right. I mean, since you're begging. So all the animals of the jungle get together to play a game of football, tackle football. Because what else would you play in the jungle? Tackle football, right. So you've got the rhinoceros and giraffe who drinks beer with his ears on one side, and you've got the lion and the other hyenas and a centipede on the other side. Why a centipede, right? So they get together to play this game of tackle football, and the hyenas are getting ready to kick off to the opposing team, which has the rhinoceros. And the lion is like, whatever you do, do not kick it to the rhinoceros. Kick it away from the rhinoceros. So the hyenas think this is funny that he's joking with them, so they kick the ball right at the rhinoceros. Sure enough, the rhinoceros lowers his head, bares his horn, and runs right through everybody and scores a touchdown. The other animals then get the ball, and they go 3 and out, have to punt it away, and the hyenas are their best punters, so the lion tells the hyenas, do not punt it to the rhinoceros. So of course, the hyenas are screwing around, and they punt it right to the rhinoceros. Rhinoceros puts his head down, charges right through the line, and scores a touchdown. So this goes on through the first half until the rhinoceros' team is up like 7-2-0. So they go in at half, and the lion gives a rousing speech to try and rally the troops and make some substitutions, and they go out and receive the ball in the second half. So at this point, the rhinoceros is very confident. They're like, whatever, kick it anywhere. And they kick off, and the lion receives the ball, and he pitches it to the centipede. Centipede runs down the center line, scores a touchdown. They're like, holy cow, where was that? Then they kick off, And the lion's like, do not kick it off to the rhinoceros. They kick it off to the rhinoceros, sure enough. And as he's running down the center of the field, he hits the 50, the 20, the 10, the 5. The centipede comes and grabs him, picks him up, slams him to the ground. He fumbles the ball. The centipede grabs it, returns it 95 yards for a touchdown. The lion comes over and says, where the heck was that the first half, centipede? And the centipede says, I was putting on my shoes. Thank you. You're very kind.
We have some scores.
Oh, we have scores. That's better news for you than it is for me. You want to do?
You want to help them with awards?
Yeah.
Okay. Would our judges like to come up and help pass out certificates and congratulate our winners, and then help with our awesome Best in Show voting? What? All right, while they're coming up, we are going to start with the pop culture category. Third place in pop culture is contestant 110, Caitlin Trees, as Sailor Jester. Come on up. Second place in pop culture, contestant 104, Lauren Freeman, as an anime name I cannot pronounce. So sorry. And first place in pop culture is number 109, Devin Boyd, as Princess Leia. Third place. Yep. All right. So just hand it to them. Yep, give them the app. There we go. Congratulations. And we're going to let our second and third place winners go back to their seats. We're going to keep our first place winner on stage. And our next category, Fantasy Historical. In third place, number 205. I don't know if this is spelled right. I'm so sorry. Eleanor Catherine James as the Sunbleed Owl. In second place, number 201, Caitlin Reed as Jester from Critical Role. And in first place, number 206, Elizabeth Dampf as the Cheshire Cat. Come on up. Owl is third. Cheshire Cat is first. Yep. First, second, third. Yep. Thank you. Okay. Congratulations. And we will have the Cheshire Cat stay on stage, and the other two can return to their seats. And in our child category, third place, number 301, Eva Rasmussen as Bill Cipher. Second place, number 305, Marty Robitaille as Cotton Candy. First place, number 303, Clifford Hewells as Sephiroth. There we go. Good job, kids. We're going to keep Sephiroth on stage, and we'll let the other two go back to your seats. Yep. What am I doing? Oh, our triangle is going to, I'm so sorry, I don't know the name of it. The triangle is going to need a little help getting off, so. All right, our next category, game media character. In third place, Valerie Martin Ellis as Fiona the Con Artist. In second place, Dan and Danielle Wenzel as Gerudo Vo and Vilink. And in first place, Holly Easley as Irvath from Witcher 2. All right, very nice. Congratulations. We're going to have Holly stay on stage, and then we'll let the others go back to their seats. Yep, over there. You're staying. You're staying. In our professional category. Nope, sorry. Yep, we'll do professional, why not? In third place, contestant 602, Ariel Birch as Captain Cora. In second place, number 606, Brian and Nicole from Destiny 2. And first place in our professional category, Jennifer and Sarah as Ray and Holdo. Congratulations. All right, we're going to keep Jennifer and Sarah on stage with us. Okay, potluck category. In third place, number 505, Kenneth Rovinsky as Canuck, the Highlander of Clan Albion. And in second place, Nichelle Herrick as Oogie Boogie. And in first place, number 507, Sean David as Captain Hook, and the little dog, and I can't read the name, I'm so sorry. Here they come. Smee, thank you. His name is Smee.
His name is Gandalf.
But his real name is Gandalf, and he's adorable. All right, congratulations, everyone. We have one more page. So we're going to keep Captain Hook and Smee and let the others go back to their seats. All right, in superheroes, third place, number 703, Stephanie Williams as She-Ra, Princess of Power. In second place, number 701, Eric Singer as Hellboy. And in first place, number 702, Joe Evard as the wonderful mashup of Captain Rocketeer. Excellent. Congratulations. We will keep Captain on stage. And finally, our groups category. Third place, contestant 801, Zach and Patrick as Thor and Loki. And in second place, number 807, Isaac Wilson and Party. There's a lot of you. The DreamWorks Rise of the Guardians. And in first place in our groups category, number 808, Thomas McLean and Company as Warhammer 40K. Hopefully they're backstage. I hear them coming. I'm gonna have you scooch up a little bit. Here we go. All right. All right, congratulations, everyone. We'll keep the mechs on stage. And finally, our Golden Needle Award for extraordinary workmanship. It's one of those costumes that had a lot of work in it, but it doesn't necessarily come through on stage that way, but it was a lot of work, is going to contestant number 609, Catherine Gravero as the White Line Armor. Let's have a picture. Yeah, stop for a picture so we can all see one more time. And we'll let Catherine go back to her seat, and we'll bring up our staff favorite. Boy, somebody's having a good day. Staff favorite is contestant 408, Chloe Cruz, as Priest Tier 12 armor set. Where are you, Chloe? She's probably exhausted. That is okay. Congratulations. All right, we'll let you go back to your seat. And now, audience, this is the fun part. You get to vote for Best in Show. We're going to start on that end. We'll have our contestants step forward one by one. You clap. Where are my judges? Judges, I need you to listen because it sounds really different up here than it does down there. So we made, yeah, you can be over there if you like. Anywhere you can hear very well. So here we go. Princess Leia, step forward. And let's hear it for our Cheshire Cat. And then our child winner. We can narrow it down and then do another clap off if we need to. And then it's Holly, right? Yes, Holly, come on forward. And then our Jedi. Captain Hook. So we have two captains, sorry. Okay, Captain Hook. And now for our other captain, our Captain Rocketeer. And our Battletech mechs. Or do you want to do a run-on?
I think maybe them against Captain Hook and me and maybe the Jedi.
Okay, Princess Leia one?
Three, yeah.
Let's do them.
Yeah.
Princess Leia or Princess Leia?
I think so. Three.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, cool. All right, we're going to excuse a few of our contestants, but we'd like to keep our, sorry, wrong time period in my head. We're going to keep our Jedi ladies. We're going to keep Captain Hook and Smee, and we're going to keep our Battletech mechs. And the rest, we will let you go back to your seats. And we're going to have one more clap off to determine our winner. Good job, everybody. Okay, one more time. Let's hear it for our Jedi ladies. And Captain Hook and Smee. And I knew this, but it's been a really long day. They're really not Battletech, they're Warhammer 40K. So, I think we have a winner. It's the Rock'em Sock'em Robots. No. Warhammer 40K is our Gen Con 2019 Best in Show. Congratulations. All right, I want to thank everyone for coming. I want to thank our contestants and my crew again. There will be some contestants in the reception room if you want to get photos. We can leave these guys on stage for a little while if you want to get photos of our 40K folks. Thank you for coming. See you next year.